Welcome to Design Stand-Up, episode 30, People Who Get Hired Don't Get Hired, and AI, Machine Learning, and Computational Design, How the Products You Design Today Are Shaping Your Future, by Jennifer Aldrich of UX Rocks. And I'm your host, Ryan Stone, reading to you every Tuesday and Thursday from the best blogs in the design industry, with their permission, of course. It's kind of like a free ongoing audiobook, always being updated with new content from your favorite designers. Whether you are a seasoned design professional or simply a design enthusiast, I am on a mission to help grow your knowledge in all things digital design. Today, Jennifer makes recommendations for handling job rejection and the many ways designers can influence the future of AI. So without further ado, let's stand up. People Who Get Hired Don't Get Hired, by Jennifer Aldrich of UX Rocks. Recently, a number of my friends in the industry have been applying for new jobs. Some get those jobs, and some don't, but they're all insanely talented. I noticed a trend in the people that get the jobs. They had been all shot down in the past. The majority of people don't get every single job they apply for. In fact, I've never met a single person in my life who got every job they applied for over the course of their career. I'm sure they exist in small pockets of the universe, but it's extraordinarily uncommon. Little known fact, I didn't get the first job I applied for at InVision. 3 months later, an incredible opportunity opened up here that I was a much better fit for, and I got a call back to re-interview. When you get shot down, don't burn bridges. Don't go on a social media rampage. Don't give up on your dream. And most importantly, don't pretend it doesn't hurt. It drives me crazy when people are upset about getting a rejection letter and others tell them to suck it up and just learn from it and use that rejection to motivate them to move forward. Is the second half good advice? Absolutely. But the first part is garbage. Don't just suck it up when you're rejected. Let yourself be upset. Feel devastated for a bit. Just don't get stuck in that state and let it consume you. Questioning your skill set and your abilities is an absolutely 100% human response to rejection. Don't feel like you're all alone in that feeling. Millions of other people also didn't get a job they really wanted that day and feel the same way you do, whether they show it and or admit it or not. Get that feeling out of your system. Then pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and move forward. Don't feel like a weirdo for being upset and hurt and feeling less confident than you did prior to receiving that rejection letter. Own it. Everyone goes through it, but the others who are successful keep moving. Once you get through the feeling like garbage stage, then move on to the what can I learn from this stage. Shoot the company an email and see if they have any feedback. Many of them aren't able to respond to a majority of applicant follow-up emails due to the sheer volume of applicants they receive. So don't feel bad if you don't hear back. But other companies can respond and appreciate you requesting that feedback. There are some situations where not getting through to the next hiring round is due to something completely random or out of your control, and that has nothing to do with your skill set. For example, 1. Some companies use automated checklists that scan resumes to check for keywords to get them through the first applicant, to get them through the first application round to the speak to a real human round. Make sure that your resume is customized to very specifically align with the job description of the job you're applying for. Number 2, you may be overqualified for the job. Some companies know after a glance at your resume that they could never afford you. Number 3, titles can trip you up. As a freelancer, adding CEO of XYZ may seem like something that will give you a leg up in the hiring process, but it can get you instantly axed as a candidate if you're applying for a mid-level or managerial position. Number 4, the company may be posting the position as a legal requirement, but already have someone internal in mind for the gig. Number 5, they may only hire people with referrals, and if you don't know someone internal, you have no chance. Lame, but it happens. And number 6, they did a terrible job creating the job description, and the skills listed and terms they used aren't actually what they're looking for. This happens way more often than you'd expect. So, what I'm trying to say is this. Not getting a job you really want is terrible. Everyone goes through it at some point in their life, typically many times. And it's going to hurt a lot, regardless of the reason. But don't throw in the towel when it happens. I knew a person who applied for 125 jobs over the course of 3 months before being offered a position. Giving up is the only way to 100% guarantee that you'll never end up in the career you truly want. Just work hard and push ahead, even if it's a millimeter at a time. Even if you hit a rough patch, run into people trying to block your path, or trip yourself up with a poor life choice, you always have the option to get up, brush yourself off, and keep moving forward in the direction you want to go. AI, Machine Learning, and Computational Design. How the products you design today are shaping your future, by Jennifer Aldrich of UX Rocks. Now more than ever, you have the opportunity to actively design and manifest the world you want to live in. I sat in a webinar on computational design with the absolutely brilliant John Maeda and Leah Bewley today. This post is my stream of conscious response. John brought up the fact that AI is an incredible thing with endless possibilities and talked a bit about how we need to shift our current approach to educating the designers of the future. It got me thinking about traditional design education. John joked about needing to start with a clean slate. In the past, design education taught a foundation in design principles that are still important today. Then you were taught how to use tools. Then you combined the principles and the tools, and you were able to make a living being a designer by kicking out physical deliverables. The breakneck speed at which tools and technology are changing has caused a huge rift between education and becoming a design practitioner. Focusing half an education on tools isn't helpful. The tools you're taught to use in your first year will be completely out of date and may not even still exist by your fourth year. Education needs to focus on teaching designers to think. The problems they'll be designing solutions for when they graduate likely don't even exist yet. John mentioned a brain teaser during the session. It goes something like this. A lily pad doubles every day. In 28 days, the pond will be completely covered. How many days will it take for the pond to be half covered? People often answer the 14th day, but in reality, it's the 27th. He likened AI and machine learning to those lily pads. We are building up speed, creating all these tools and optimizations and process improvements at an incredible rate. He likened computational design to the upside down, circa Stranger Things. This network of machine learning data is lurking just under the surface, growing in data points every second of every day. There are some amazing things coming out of it, like helping people design solutions that contribute social good. There are also some not so amazing things coming out of it. Regardless of the intent of the people focused on enhancing machine learning, all of the puzzle pieces are falling into place. Right now, we're so optimized that a small break in a workflow, a tiny miss, can take down entire systems. And this trend of machine learning and AI optimization is only going to continue. There is going to come a day when we jump practically overnight from a set of rapid enhancements to a fully technology-driven, completely digital, AI and machine-run society in first world countries and beyond. The half-lily covered pond will explode overnight. Machines are already creating art. We have AI creating realistic photos of imaginary people. I've purchased products from Facebook ads more often than I'd like to admit. The algorithms are increasingly intelligent. We joke and write fiction about a future overrun by robots and artificial intelligence. But to John's point, the leap has begun as a steady incline with an imminent rocket explosion to follow. As designers, our role has already evolved from being individuals who learn how to use a tool and create a deliverable, to being tasked with a problem that needs to be solved, and digging deeply to uncover the underlying issues that are creating the problem. Now, I work at InVision, and when I started here, we just had a prototyping tool. It was brand new, cutting-edge concept, and exceptionally powerful. It cut out the hand coding that was previously required to bring a product to life for testing. Over the 3.5 years I've been with the company, we've grown from just being a prototyping tool to a company that has built an entire suite of tools for team-centered product design based on cross-company collaboration. Design thinking has been widely adopted across industries because identifying problems and designing solutions that benefit companies across teams is a key to market success. The screen is the most important place in the world, as Clark Valberg points out. Whether it be a computer screen, a phone screen, a watch screen, or an eye implant that analyzes everything around you in real time, turning your whole world into an interface screen. Being a designer is no longer about just making graphics for those screens. It's about building products that move past what is needed today to what we need for tomorrow. It's looking holistically at product design from a company perspective, rather than a screen-by-screen perspective. I feel incredibly fortunate to work for a company with senior leadership that plans for the next instead of what we need to get by today. So, how can designers ensure that the work we do today will make a better tomorrow? We are designing our future every second of every day. We need to be mindful about what we put out in the world because machines are learning from everything we post. Every comment that's made, every photo that's posted, product decisions you make now hold more long-range power than ever before. It's an incredibly exciting time to be part of the design industry. The future is a crazy, terrifying, beautiful place, and the impact designers have now is multiplying exponentially behind the scenes. So, my point? Be mindful about what you put out into the universe, now more than ever. Make your products accessible and inclusive. Ensure that the imagery and videos and language you use in your products represents a diverse population. The things we make a priority now are the things machine learning will use to shape the future later. You just listened to the post titled, People Who Get Hired Don't Get Hired, and AI, Machine Learning, and Computational Design, How the Products You Design Today Are Shaping Your Future, by Jennifer Aldrich of UX Rocks. If you want to learn more about Jennifer and read some of her other amazing design articles, just press the link in the show notes or head over to UX Rocks at userexperiencerocks.wordpress.com. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to check out the brand new Design Standup group on LinkedIn, where you can connect and learn from designers across the globe, chat about the latest episodes, and much more. You can find a link in the show notes below, or just search Design Standup on LinkedIn's website or app. Well, that's all I have for you today, guys. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, fill up those coffees, turn up those tunes, and let's design a better world.